Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how I put together the pieces for this vintage inspired Halloween banner. I'll just show you all of it. So what we're going to do today is put together the last piece that goes on this banner. And what you're going to need is, I use the new Tim Holtz Retro Halloween die set. Love this die set. I love the vintage and retro look for the holidays. This is perfect. You're also going to need some type of circle die cut. Can be just plain circle. Can use some kind of seal. I use this Tim Holtz Switchlet seal set where you can switch out whichever of the seal trims you want in here. But like I said, you can use whatever one you want. I know Tim just came out with that new set that has the seals in it that I think he used for his treat bags. So that will work. Whatever you have, really. The only other things you're going to need is you're going to need a piece of 12 by 12 paper, and you're going to cut that paper into 2" by 12" strips. You're going to need 6 of those, and you're going to score them every ½ inch. You're also going to need 6 rectangles, and they're going to be cut at 3 1/4 by 1½ inches. And you're going to need 6 small trim strips, and those are going to be cut at 1/2 inch by 4 inches. You may want a bone folder, that's optional. Some ink, glue, hot glue gun, and foam tape. So I'm not going to show you me putting the dies together. That's very simple. These are 2 pieces. A couple of them you have to add the eyes, but that's it. But like I said, super simple to go together. What I did is I cut them out and assembled them. I used the new deco sheets for the cat, the owl, and the pumpkin. The ghost, the skull, and the witch are just glitter card stocks I had here on hand. You can use whatever you want. And after I assembled these, I just popped them up onto the seal with the foam tape. Now the seals, I used antique linen to kind of give them a little more distressed look, and then went around just the edges of them with vintage photo. So I'm going to show you basically how to make this piece here and how just to attach the top to it. And then the rest, I mean, all go together the exact same way. So you're going to start with your strips of 2 by 12 inch that you have scored every ½ inch. And you're going to make sure that your first fold goes back. So you want that to go back like this. You can use your fingernail, you can use a bone folder, it's up to you. I find it easier for me just to hold it and kind of score it with my finger as I'm doing it. And you're just going to kind of accordion fold this back and forth until you get all the way to the end. This is why I said I didn't want to show you putting the whole thing together, because this could take a little time. No one wants to sit here and watch the accordion fold 6 strips of paper. So basically your first and last folds should both be towards the back. And then I just like to take at the end, take my bone folder, really press it down. That's what you should get. Now, you're going to take your piece of your rectangle that you cut at 3 1/4 by 1½, and you're going to mark, I don't know if you can see, I pencil marked the center of that. And that's kind of important because you're going to need that to line this up to. Now what I did is took my Bearly Art Glue and I just put it on each side of the mark and kind of didn't put it over the mark so I could see it really well. And then you're also going to turn over this and you're going to put glue. Oops. Let's drop the glue. You're going to put your glue on the one end piece, and that's it. On that side and on this side. So only on this piece here on each side. Now what you're going to do next is you're going to just take this and you're going to fold that over, making sure to center it on that line there. I don't know if you can see that, but I put it right on the line, and then press it down. Then you're going to turn this like this, butt it right up against the other one, and press down just like that. You might want to hold that for just a couple seconds to make sure that it dries. Sorry, my glue gun is trying to slide off the table. Has a mind of its own today, apparently. So I also forgot to tell you that I did go around the edges of this already with just the antique linen, just around the edges of this. And I also did the edges of the decorative strip with the antique linen. So now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your decorative strip and make sure it's going to fit. It should fit perfectly on there. And you're going to mark that at a 1/2 inch in on each side. So a little dot at 1/2 inch in on each side. And you're just going to take some glue . You're going to glue that onto there, and that covers where you butted those two pieces together. Now I'm going to take my hole punch, and I have the Crop-A-Dile, and I'm going to hole punch where I can see my mark, where I marked it at on each side. Okay. Now, once your glue gun is hot, I just take this and flip it up a little bit and put a little glue underneath. That just helps to secure it down. Hold that down, let it dry. And then we're going to take the last image, which mine is the cat, and I put it about, I don't know, 3/4 of the way to the top, because I don't want glue on the part that's not on here, and I press that down onto there just like that. Remove all the glue strings. There we go. Okay, now, last thing we're going to need to do is add it to the rest of our banner. And I just put a little bit of tape on the end of my ribbon so I could string it through easier. And I'm going to go from the top through, make sure the ribbon doesn't twist, and then come in from the bottom and go up like that. Make sure they're evenly spaced out, and then I can remove this tape from the end and try it with my scissors. And there we go. We now have a completed Halloween banner. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I know it was a short video, and like I said, it's super easy to do, but it's so cute to have these little like half, I guess you call them pinwheels or rosettes at the bottom. I think it really adds to it and gives it that kind of vintagey vibe. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments below. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Please like this video, and thanks for watching.